about do you know about Kenya?
Kenya?
No, I
No.
just I just know a little bit about Kenya. Many problem, economic maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Why do you think any problem?
Yes, yes, there are many problems, but then we're also good with athletics. And Obama's father is from Kenya, Obama's biological father. So,
Okay, I see that.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited that you're getting to know each other. So for me, I'll tell you what I kind of see as this process and what I kind of hope and whatever you guys also hope you can tell me. So the idea is that I wanted to initially do the call like individually, but then I thought it makes more sense to join you guys together. That way I'm already creating sort of like connection. You guys are from different countries. It's also like an intercultural exchange. So that's a good thing. And also that way, I guess if one person has a question, it's easier if if you hear that person and maybe you can, oh, I didn't think about this question, and that could be kind of useful for you in terms of understanding, the whole scholarship process. And also it's just a way to connect each other. And since you were saying that you don't know about, Kenya, or you don't know about Indonesia, it's a perfect way to also learn about different people's countries. And you know that I'm a big traveler, so I believe in, globalization and getting people connected as a whole, one people, because we're all humans. So that's it. It's a pity Atogo is not here, but let's see. So you guys know, just to be sure, the video is on record. That's why I wanted Skype also. I was trying to find a way to record through WhatsApp, but it's a bit complicated. And this way you can always get access to the video up to a month. You can download it on your phone. So if there's anything we talk about during the call and you want to remember, or you just want to, oh, I don't remember what she said, you can still listen to the call again. So I feel like it's a perfect way. And I'm happy, Faith, you were able to download your account, because most of the calls you'll be having, or if you want to have even interviews for the scholarships, most of them will ask you for your Skype account. So Skype is very important, guys. It's not just because it's easier for me, but it's just, very useful for your future career or whatever you want to use it for. So that's a good thing. Aha. So a bit about me, and then we can also go to a bit of introduction of you guys, and also, your expectation, why scholarship, what do you need, and then you can bombard me with the questions. I can write them down, and afterwards I will answer. And also, I can also just give you guys tips and all the ideas that are in my mind. So today is just like an initial call to brainstorm, to see, what is this thing about scholarship? What is this thing about international opportunities? And then hopefully we can have other calls whenever you guys need, or whenever I say, oh, okay, they can have a call. Let's talk about something, and we can make it more specific to both of you, or three of you in this case, and to your needs. So basically about me. So my real name is Pelumi, and of course I'm originally from Nigeria, which is where I was born, which is West Africa, but I grew up in Spain, which is in Europe. So I'm in the Mediterranean, in the south of Europe. And I created the YouTube channel, as you know. I think that's how you guys found me, Ninja Inspiration. And the idea was to, I've been able to get so many opportunities to not only travel, but to speak in international conferences, to do exchange abroad, scholarship, a lot of international projects. And my first one was like the one that opened the door to other opportunities. So basically, when I was 18, there was this opportunity at the United Nations. You guys know that I'm really active with all these international organizations. And in summary, it was basically we did an essay. So about maybe 6,000 people participated, and they chose only 60 winners. So it was an essay about languages, multilingualism, and international understanding and global citizenship. So I did it. I applied. I was 18. I didn't know anything about scholarship. It was my first time. I was like, I'm just going to try. And that's my first key message to you guys. Always try to apply to things. You never know. Always put your best, obviously, but you never know what the result is going to be. So in my case, I just applied thinking, let's see what will happen. I did my best. I got selected. We were 60 winners, and the prize was 1 week New York, fully funded. I think in this moment, I have to tell you that the best word you can have in life is fully funded, which is the meaning that any program you do, they will cover everything: the flight, the accommodation when you get to the destination, and they will also give you your meal, and you will participate in a series of maybe personal development and professional development projects. In this case, we did a lot of work with other young people. So it's about international cooperation and understanding young people. and kind of understanding, globalization and different topics. Sometimes you have a specific topic. In my case, it was languages. And we had a speech at the United Nations. So all the 60 winners, we were from countries from all over the world, and we had a speech at the UN for 2 minutes. So in that moment, I was like, wow, this actually exists. You can actually get not paid, but you can actually get sponsorship to attend an event like this and to get to meet young people. So I thought, okay, I need to know more about this. So I feel like my obsession with scholarship started from that moment when I went to New York and I came back home. So since then, in 2015, that's when I created my YouTube channel. And I just wanted to just, talk about the experiences and be like, maybe this could help someone else who's also interested. And since then, I've been getting different requests or people messaging me. I'll jump a bit in the future. In 2018, oh, give me a second. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So in 2018, I have to talk a bit low. In 2018, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I hear you.
And do you hear me, Faith?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. So in
Having a mute.
2018, sorry, that's when the ApplicAid thing was open, which is like the idea is to have mentors and mentees, so people who have experience in scholarship that can help other people, like what we're doing now. So maybe through calls or through advising or through different things, you can help other young people who want to apply to these opportunities. So that's how, we thought about it with another friend or my co-founder. And the idea is that we will put people in touch and they can, help whoever wants to apply to scholarship in these international programs. So that's basically like my background in that case. And yeah, so I just want you guys to talk about yourself and let me know exactly, your state of mind, what you study, and what you're looking for.
Who
Should I?
start?
Whoever wishes to start, no worries.
It's okay. You first. It's okay.
Well, okay, I'll go first. So,
Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
like I told you, my name is Faith Wangoi Mushushe. I'm from Kenya. I am 23 years old. I just graduated with my first degree from a local university here in Kenya. And after I finished, because of the economic crisis here in Kenya, it's very difficult to find a job for young graduates. Um, Previously, when I was 17, after I cleared my high school, I managed to be one of the best girls nationally for a national exam. So I got an opportunity to intern with one of the leading banks here in Kenya, but I didn't do a course in that line of banking, so there's no way that it was my personal choice not to go back to the bank and work. So I've just been looking for jobs here or internships, but then it is quite hard to find. So I said to myself, why then don't I look for an opportunity maybe to do my master's degree? But the applications are a bit, should I say, cumbersome, or I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it because you have to do a lot of writing. And to be very honest, I don't think I'm those people who are very good at writing. I'm not I'm not that good in writing to an extent. You know that those people, when you read their essays, they capture your attention immediately and you're just like, wow, this is a good person. I don't think I'm there yet. So one day I was really frustrated. I was just at home. Then I don't know how I came across you on YouTube. I think I just searched for scholarships abroad and then I found your channel. It was very interesting, interactive, and most importantly, I saw a black girl without an American or British accent. So I said, I think I'm best here. Then immediately I went to Instagram and found you, and yeah, since then I kept in touch, but then for like 2 months, I got a short internship with a government parastatal. So that's why I went missing, but I finished. So I'm full time available. And I also think this is the best opportunity because this is when most schools are rolling out scholarships. So yeah, I think that's perfect timing for me. And that's it about me. It's now your turn.
It's perfect. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Before you go, I just want to make some comments. Definitely what you said about when you have to write scholarship, what I have to tell you guys is first of all, you have to put, your best, but you have to be also strategic because you're competing with other people.
People,
So
yeah.
scholarship is it's like applying for a job also. It's just that in this case it's for education purposes. It's not like you're going to be working. But you don't have to lose faith because you feel like, oh, I'm not the type of candidate or I'm not the person. It is true that depending on the scholarship, they look for certain profiles, but it's more about you being strategic about your writing. Even I, after applying to so many things in the last 5 years, I still have to be smart about the way I do it. It's just that because of the experience I have, it becomes easier. And I already know what they're looking for, sort of, and I know how to present myself. But with what you said, your background, you said you've interned already, you've done this, you've done that. You're not just like someone who, has a degree but has done nothing. So you have some pieces in your, let's say, academic life or professional life or early professional life that you can already state. But if you state it in a way that it makes sense to the people that are giving the scholarship, you can find it. So everybody has the capacity to get a scholarship. It's more about the writing and the way you present yourself. So don't lose faith about that. And it's as I said, it's a competition. So what I want to say again is that scholarship, it's a game of win and lose. You can sometimes win, you can sometimes lose. Not because you're not good enough, but just because somebody is amazing like you or even more, or because it's not a good timing. So don't give up. That's just what I wanted to say. And yeah, it's you also need like some writing skills, but it's something you can all learn. So it's good that you say that because for me, I'm used to like applying for myself, but now I'm getting into this role of a mentor to other people. So it's good that you tell me this so I know your worries and I know that okay, maybe I can start looking for content in terms of how to write and what could help you guys to be better in your application. So yeah, now I think Aramo can go. Sorry for taking some time.
It's okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So now my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, let me introduce myself to you. My full name is Tri Rahayu. Just call me Rahayu. Well, actually, my nickname is Yayu. Yayu.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you great to meet
Okay.
you.
Yeah, you can say that. Well, officially, I work as a English lecturer now. Officially, so my activity is teaching English in university, and I do my part-time job as English teacher when I have the time for adult, for employee in another office. So that's my official job. But before I decided to build my career in this area, actually I can say that I'm active in a kind of a student association. As you know that Indonesia, the most citizen of Indonesia are Muslim, right? So I have been active in a kind of Islamic student association, and it is the oldest Islamic student association in Indonesia. So since I was in campus for my bachelor degree, then until my magister finished, then I still active in that association. So because of my activity in that student association, so I am interested in many kinds of youth activity, international or national. I very often join the kind of event I experience in handling events, small or big events. I have many networks. I got it, but uh, that's my social background. My academic background is that my bachelor degree is English major, right? and my magister degree is cultural studies. So my passion is going abroad, traveling abroad, because first I can practice my English. Second, I really like to learn about cross culture understanding. So so far I just have two international experience. First, I went to Russia about 3 years ago for national model United Nations, just like UN simulation
Mm-hmm.
forum in Vladivostok, Russia, then in Paris. Personally, I proud of myself because I can get experience that I cannot buy with money, right? But then if I think again, if I relate that experience to my official career, I think that uh, I cannot join many event that just focus on youth, because when I join that event that just focus on youth, my boss, my friend always ask me, so what's the impact to your career? It just my problem is like this. So actually, I supposed to get the opportunity when I was in campus, right? That's for young students, but unfortunately, I can get the opportunity when I have finished my magister degree, right? So many people say that maybe it's too late. I mean, quiet rather late, because well, actually, you focus on the event that relate or impact to your career, official career now, especially as a lecturer. So that's why a couple time ago I asked you, I want to join some events. Honestly, I jealous enough with you, Paula, because I often saw your status, your update. Maybe now you were in Greece, then tomorrow you were in New York, and then tomorrow again you are
South
somewhere
Africa.
part of other part. I just think how can I mean my last experience going abroad, I got sponsorship, but the sponsorship cover after I arrived. I came back to Indonesia. So at first I have to use my own money, and it's quite hard, because the living cost in Indonesia, in Asia, is totally different with the living cost in Europe, right?
Hmm.
One
Yeah,
time having
definitely.
eating in
Yeah.
Paris,
Oh,
in
Paris is
Paris one time.
expensive. That is super expensive.
Yeah. So that's why actually I wanna go around the world, but yeah, that's one of my problem. I was thinking, how can Fola can get fundraising or support, who can cover all your flight. So my first problem is that I need to join. I need and I want to join many international events, uh, but that relates to my official career now. And second, how to get fundraising, because if my office will not cover that, cannot
Yeah.
cannot cannot support.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my problem so far.
Okay, wow. It's so good to hear you guys, and because sometimes I have things that I think that are the problems for young people. So just to understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing this, first of all, I'm very passionate about young people. I'm passionate about opportunities for young people to expand beyond their country and also to get interaction with other young people because it's a real learning process. And I really believe this. So for me, hearing what you're saying about the cost and the problems, it's also good to reflect on that because I've been doing this for a long time, like for myself or my own personal surrounding. I don't think about this problem anymore. So it's good to hear, these are the things we're facing, are the challenges. So let me go through the things you were saying. I took some notes. So just to be clear, the first thing you said that you're working as a teacher. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Or Okay.
English, yeah, English teacher in university.
In a university. Okay. But at the same time, you're part of different associations and you're interested in cross cultural understanding. That's perfect. So I feel like also in the same case, your profile is also quite interesting because there are many programs that are focused on that cross-cultural relations, student exchange, youth dialogues, etc. So I see that you guys are quite different profiles because Faith is more focused on getting the master's, so a program that will fully fundedly cover her cost for a master's program to study abroad. And in your case, you're more interested in like seminars, conferences, international trainings, things that do with more like young people, which is great. So I do a bit of everything. So it's very interesting because there are opportunities out there. So what I want to say about the cost thing is that it is true. Depending on the program, they do ask you to pay first or to cover your cost first and then they reimburse. But of course, if you don't have the money, that could be a bit difficult. But normally there are also other ones that don't require you to pay at all. Like they will, if they select you, they will cover everything for you without asking you to pay first. So don't worry, we can always find those specific programs. I wanted to also say that I don't know if Faith knows about what she said, MUN. Do you know about
Yes,
it?
just like debate competition,
Yeah,
but that's UN United Nations Simulation Forum.
yeah, you know, but I'm asking Faith. Does she know that?
To be
What?
honest, I only
I'm,
heard
I'm
about.
asking, I'm asking Faith because I know you know that, but I'm trying to also let her get new information because you know that, she can also learn today. Yeah, go ahead, Faith. Sorry.
I've only heard about it like once.
Okay,
That's when I was in campus, and I heard it from fellow schoolmates. So I don't know much about it.
okay, okay, no worries. Maybe um, you can explain to her. I mean, I can also explain, but this is an exchange. So, Yayu, you can explain to Faith exactly what it is. So, MUN stands for Model United Nations. This is part of like conferences for young people. So, you can explain to her.
So I explain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
prefer you to
Okay.
explain. So, it's like an exchange.
So well, well, actually, that was my first time also to know that there is a club or community named MUN. It's Model United Nation. Well, actually, it trains you how to have public speaking soft skill, how to debate, how to negotiate, and how to write a paper. So, uh, that that doesn't relate to your academic score, but it influences your soft skill personally in English actually. So maybe in other countries there is English debate with British rule, but this is more like if you ever saw the forum in United Nations with all delegates inside the room. That's model United Nations. So the committee trained us to how to be a delegate when we how to be a delegate in United Nations forum. That's the goal of the forum. Yeah, I joined in Russia for the first time, but yeah, again, I got scholarship, but not from the committee, but from my own network. That's all.
Okay, so just let me go through that and then we'll go to other points. Yes, exactly what Yayu said. It's literally like a conference focused on young people, and the idea is that it's done all over the world. So you can get conferences literally every day in different cities around the world. So when you're starting off, you try to join one that is nearer to you. So in this case, in Kenya, in Nairobi, or any other city around you. And the idea is that it's normally focused on university students or high school students. And as she said, is to develop your soft skills. So as you were saying, you might be like, this does not have anything to do with what I actually study. Maybe you're studying engineering. You're like, this makes no sense to me. But it does because some people lack, first of all, maybe confidence, or they lack speaking in public, or they lack understanding how to write a paper, or how to defend your position, argumentation. And this is a very good thing you learn there. You might do the first one and you feel lost, but once you get the hand of it, it makes sense because it really enhances your soft skills. Meaning that when you ever go for an interview for a scholarship, or when you go even for an interview for a job, facing a public, facing a crowd, or facing someone does not become a problem for you because you've already been training this while you do this MUN. So MUN focus normally on international relations, economics, and politics sometimes in a way that you get to understand what a country what are the policies towards a specific topic. So what it prepares you is if you're really interested in, for example, United Nations or European Union, so all these big institutions, it gives you like an idea of how they work and what they do. And this helps you for you as a person, as a person or young person to also develop your skills. So these skills are transferable to whatever you want to do in the future, or even in your studies or in your school or whatever it is. So it's a very good way to start, building yourself and understanding, how to talk to people, and also for networking. So you might think that, oh, these people are just young people like me, but you never know. This young person you meet in a conference, especially when you go to the international ones, like out of your country, this person could be the next, I don't know, I'm not going to say president, but the next something of another country, because these people are very ambitious. And I feel like it's a mindset and it's an environment where you start creating relationship with people that share the same ideas as you, or maybe not, but at least have the same interest as you. So you start creating a network of friendship and also a network of people who are eager to learn and are eager to also share about information. So it's a lot of, let's say, benefits. The thing about MUN stories is that normally you have to pay to participate, but also there are ways you can get to get funding. So, for example, my experience as MUN, actually, I started when I was in university, maybe in my third year, so a bit late actually. But then I started doing not really a lot, actually, maybe two or three. And then I made one time a video on my YouTube channel, it is a funny story, about a website called MUN Planet. They're in Europe, actually. And this website
Oh
makes
yeah.
a lot of posts about MUN's conferences around the world. And the interesting that happened was that I didn't even know, like, I was just, as I told you guys, I was just making my videos to just share my experience. And I was telling young people, hey, look at this website. It's very interesting. Later, I can send you maybe links. And the founder of this MUN Planet, they saw my video, they contacted me, and long story short, I ended up working for them, like 2 month internship in my last year of my degree, like 2 years ago. So that gave me a new network, a new environment. So you never know what opportunities will come with things you're doing. So even me doing my YouTube or talking to you guys, I'm also learning. So whatever you do, just be active. I feel like it's more about the mentality and the character you create or you build while you work in this environment and you learn about these things. So you might be studying economics, something not related to what you're doing there, but it's just the skills you build that actually matter. So that's my point about that. If I'm saying too much things, let me know. Okay, I'm very passionate about this, so just let me know if I'm going away from the topic. But I try to be very precise. Okay. I wanted to ask for your age, Yayu. So because this is very important. What's your age?
31.
31. Okay, not bad. So Faith is 23. Faith is still very young in terms of the opportunities. So you guys know when you apply to all the scholarship and programs, they tend to prefer people between the ages of 18 to 32, 35. So that's the normal thing. But it's not too late. So we can still find things for you at least for the next 2 years. So that's what I wanted to know. Um, I wanted now to talk about the thing, the scholarship and the internships or the seminars. So as you know, there are different types of fully funded programs or just funding. So for example, I think I already sent both of you the links. So I sent you Youth
Yeah.
Opportunity, scholarship.com, Oya Opportunities. Literally, there is no secret to this. So when you see me traveling or when you see me getting these opportunities, I actually use this website. I'm not even kidding. So on this website, every time they make a list. So when I'm like literally on my weekend, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to do. I'm really obsessed with this. I just look, oh, this looks interesting. I look at the requirements. I look at what they want to do. And I literally just apply. So another rule is just apply, like literally. But in this case, apply based on, your objectives or what you want to learn or what you want to do. But especially maybe faith when you're starting, just apply to different things and see the outcome. Whenever you want to apply, like what I ask for you guys is now that we know each other, when you want to apply and you have an idea in mind, let me know. And when you write a motivation letter, because they normally ask, just send them to me. I will revise them. I will read them and say, okay, this makes sense. This maybe you could change because the idea is to try to write something that will get you selected. Okay. And also,
Just to cut you short a little bit, would you, like, for me, my biggest problem is that I don't even know where to start most of the
okay.
times. Like
Okay.
when they ask for professional background and all, I'm like, should I write about what I've studied or what I've done?
Okay.
So could you
Yeah.
like send us your samples?
Okay. Okay, no problem. Let me write that down so I remember. Let me give me a second. Okay, because I'm taking notes of the call. Send samples of motivation letter. By the way, motivation letter and personal statements is the same thing. So let me tell you something about this. This is the reason why they will select you. So when you're, I feel like I will send to you, but I also feel like you have to do the exercise of actually writing also.
Writing.
Yeah. So if you write, I don't mind if it doesn't look perfect or it looks a bit, crazy. It doesn't matter. But it's something I had to learn. Like when I started applying when I was 18, I also just was writing. So, and then the more you write, the better you get, and the more you know what is important and what is not. So, in terms of the personal statement or the motivation, you need to read first of all what they're asking for. So, let's do an example. Let me see. Let me look for an application. Let me look, and then we can use that as an example. Give me a second. So let's go to.
Actually,
Mhm.
we can use one that I just found recently.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, send me the link to the chat. Send us the link.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to use Skype as
No, okay,
much. So
no worry. Okay, so do you want to send it to
it's
WhatsApp?
on
Is it
no
easier for you to send to WhatsApp? Let
yeah,
me.
I can actually send it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay, but you have to learn about Skype. So here on Skype, you can see us talking, obviously, and then underneath it says audio, it says video, and then there is this
I
little box
see.
that says conversation.
Open
Open.
conversation.
Oh, exactly. There you can chat, you can write us, you can send a link. That's how you send messages. Now you know. You see
Okay.
something new you learned.
Okay, then now how do I transfer this link from
So just
oh, I
copy.
can I
No,
can copy
exactly. Just copy the link and
then
then paste it. So just put it here in the chat and then send it to us. Yeah, you doing okay? Okay.
yes.
Perfect.
Yali knows how to use WhatsApp. Yeah, you.
Yeah. Perfect.
I mean,
Oh, you want to apply for the Mandela? Wow, this is a very competitive one.
I
But
okay, I've not
but
finished applying because every other
no.
time I ask myself now. Oh
Yeah, no
yeah,
problem. No problem. Okay, so let me open this link and then I will share the screen to you. Let me share. Okay, guys, something happened to my computer literally 2 days ago. It cracked, so now my screen doesn't look that good, but at least you can see. So I have to fix that. That's one problem that happened to me this week. As you know, I've been moving around. I've been able to keep my computer safe. And by the way, I haven't posted yet because I want to relax first, but I just moved to Brussels. So I left New York already on Wednesday. And I just moved to Brussels in Belgium because I'm gonna be working here. So this is gonna be my new home, and literally my computer just cracked this week. Okay, so let me try to. Oh, I can't share the screen because I'm recording. Okay, no worries. Yayo, can you see the link? If not, I will just read it, and then you guys can see. Okay, so I go to the website and then it talks about Mandela Washington Fellowship. Okay, this is for African people, as you can see, fully funded. So if I read about it really quickly, it talks about what it is. It's a leadership program. I already know about this actually, and it talks about the selection. Okay, so who's eligible? You have to be from 25 to 35. So they also consider people that are 21 to 24, but you have to be very exceptional. So even before applying, before I go, sorry, to the point you're talking about the motivation letter, I have to be sincere with you guys. When you apply to a scholarship or a program, be sincere with yourself. Because what many people do is they want scholarship so badly, they just apply to everything. You have to try to apply to everything, but the things that fall in your capacity and your category. So, to be sincere, when I see this Mandela Washington, I know about this program. This is a program that normally is catered for people who already have at least 5 years or 4 years experience in youth program, international development. So, this program already has a specific target group it's looking for. So if you fall in a category, no matter how much you want the scholarship, if you fall into a category that does not fall into what they're looking for, it's not that you will not get it, but it's most probably you will not get it. Why? Because they're looking for a specific candidate. So you have to be sincere with yourself. Do I fall into the category? Do I have this experience? You have to look also at the previous fellows, meaning the previous people that got the scholarship. What did they do? What is their profile like? What have they been engaging on? So when you see that, you're like, this person looks like me, this person is literally not me, or not that you have to be the same as the people, but you have to see in terms of a capacity. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yes.
because you have to be sincere with yourself. Otherwise, you will spend time applying to these things and you will not get them. And then you feel frustrated because you're like, they never choose me. And it's not that. It's because the profile they're looking for does not match your
What
experience or
is
the understanding you have. It doesn't mean you should not apply, but maybe instead of applying this year, give yourself some time to learn a bit more, and then apply when you see that your profile matches up with what they're looking for. So this is something many people don't do. Many people just apply because they want a scholarship, but they don't think about, do I match the profile they're looking for? Because think about it, this is a very important thing I'm going to tell you. You want a scholarship, but these people giving a scholarship or a fellowship, they also look for candidates, and they want to put their money in a place, or they want to give people scholarship that would be able to contribute to the world, or that will be able to bring benefits to their organization also. So when you write this links to motivation letter. When you write a motivation letter, it's not many people, the mistake they make is they say, I want a scholarship because I want to be better in my career. That's important. But what is more important is, what are you going to do with the scholarship we're giving you? What are you going to do with the program we're offering you? Why should we choose you? Why you? Why not someone else? What is your dream? What is the vision you have for this program? How will you make our our vision for this program to be even better? Why are you the candidate? So when people apply to scholarship, people don't think about this thing, because it's not about just applying and you wanting the scholarship. It's about, what does the organization want? It's about them, actually. It's not about you. So I don't know if you agree with what I'm saying and you understand what I'm
yes,
saying.
yes.
So these are things you have to think about. Okay. So let me see what they say a bit more. So important, you have to see the eligibility, because if you're not eligible, don't even apply, because you won't get it. If you're not
Get
in the
it.
age they're looking for, if you're not from the country they're looking for, don't even apply, because they won't select you. You're not eligible. So be always careful with that. And yeah, you see, let me read the criteria. It says, these are the criteria we're looking for: a proven record of leadership, accomplishment in business, civic engagement, public service. They also say they want demonstrated commitment to public or community service, volunteering, mentorship, the ability to work in diverse group and respect opinions, social and communication skills, energetic and positive attitude, demonstrated knowledge of interesting or professional experience, and commitment to return to Africa and apply leadership skills. So these things are very important. When you apply for things, you have to read this, sections. I guess, yeah, you knows about this. But be sincere with yourself. These things you're asking for, do I have them? And these are the things, when you write your motivation letter, you have to show, you have to prove. And what they want normally in the motivation letter, it's not about you saying, I have leadership skills. Okay, maybe you do, but they want you to show how. So in your motivation letters, you have to show the how. This also applies to when you apply to a job. If they say we want someone with experience in, I don't know, business analytics, you have to show how. What have you done that proves that you have this experience? Because if you don't say it, and you say, what people make a mistake is, they say, I have leadership experience. Okay, that means nothing. So in my case, if I wanted to write that, I would say, I have leadership experience because I have been working with young people for the past 5 years. I have done a project involving young people in this country. The result we've had is to impact the life of 1,000 students, for example, or we have been able to take young people who didn't have access to education and taking them to another level. You see the difference? I'm already showing examples of what I've done in comparison to just saying I have leadership
Have
skills.
leadership.
Makes no sense, because otherwise, how would they know? So when you explain what you've done, in that same section, you have to say what you've done, how you did it, who you did it with, and what was the result. They care a lot about results. So you can be from any background, but these are the structures you have to follow. That's number one. So when you start writing your motivation letter does not have one way of writing. People are different. People have different writing skills and styles. But more important is, they want to know you as a person. sort of like, who are you, your background, what motivates you to apply, what do you want to contribute to the program, what do you want to gain to the program, but not only about what you want to gain, but what do you want to contribute. Why would you be a good fellow or a good scholar in this program? So, it's also about giving back to them because they're investing in you. Okay. So I've spoken a lot. If you guys have any question like about what I've said, do you understand what I'm saying? Is it clear?
Clear enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can we start with the question?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions
Third,
you have?
okay, first, I'm so sorry. Can I take my first turn?
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
First, so just used it before. So you are willing to help us to give correction for our motivation letter or any letter when we apply something?
Yeah, for the motivation letter, it's not a problem. Once you write at least, your first draft, and you're like, okay, this is my idea. You can please send me the link of the scholarship you're applying for so I can read the background. And then, I can look, I can also send to other people who I know have experience. For example, I myself, I also have a mentor who helps me when I want to apply, just, to see because when people read, it's very important, and not only about me reading, but also send it to other people who have more experience, maybe a professor you respect, so they can tell you, oh, this is good, this is not that good. But what is also important is when you apply to a scholarship or any program, they ask for recommendation letters. I don't
Yeah.
think I can do that because I don't. First of all, recommendations either come from professors or they come from your boss or somebody you've worked with. So that's something you have to find. But I can definitely give you tips about how to approach these people because sometimes when you ask people for recommendation letter, they take time or they don't even answer you or they don't write it in the way you want them to write it. So if you have any questions about that, I can also give you tips about okay, tell them to do this in this letter. This is what they should include. Or sometimes you can also give them a draft of what you want them to write for you because sometimes I have to be sincere, people writing recommendation letter, they don't really highlight your strengths, they just write very vague letters. So the idea is that if you can find people that are really invested in you and they want to see you succeed, you know let them write you a really good motivation letter because that's really important. Yeah.
Next, next question.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, no worries.
So, well, actually, sorry, can you remind us or make it clearly why do you want to have mentoring for us?
Why?
I
Yeah.
mean, it just like, I mean, it wastes your time, right? And
Yeah.
what's your main reason?
That's a good question. First of all, it's not a waste of time. So it is time. Obviously, I've been talking to you guys since 10 a.m. approximately. But I have people who have helped me so much in my life, and I know what it means to have someone you can talk to. I know what it means to have someone you can ask questions. I know what it means to have someone you can just, hey, could you help me? And that's really important because sometimes you're good or you have a talent, but when you don't have the right people to support you or to help you out, it's not the same because you don't know everything. So I don't say I know everything, but I have an experience in applying to these things, and I have learned. And most importantly, I've been doing my YouTube since 2015, and I've always wanted to make all this stuff because I enjoy talking to young people and I enjoy connecting people. That's why I wanted you to be more than one person at a time. So for me, it's like I have this network, I have this knowledge. So where can I put it to use? And I know that many young people approach me all the time. Hey, could you help me? And I'm like, and that's why we created ApplicAid, for the mentor. I believe that mentoring is one of the effective way to help people
People.
because I have had mentors. I have mentors. Even yesterday, I had a call with my mentor. I want to apply to things for my future career, and he gives me his time. So I'm thinking, if someone can give him that time, why can't I give my time to other people? So for me, it's not about anything rather than just, they say pay it forward. So paying it forward. And I know that one day, if you guys are successful, also, you will do the same for other people. At least I believe so. So it's about making the world a better place.
Amazing, amazing. Voila. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for your attention anyway. But
no worries.
I regret why I meet you now, not since couple years ago.
No worries, no worries. There is no bad timing. Don't worry. Everything happens for a reason.
Happens for a reason.
Yeah, and it happens in a specific time. Because I know you wrote me a long time ago. Also, Faith wrote me, and other people wrote me. But what I want, okay, I want to tell you guys, it's not a rule, but it's something that I just want you to have in mind. They told me the same when I was also a mentee back then with my mentor. It's very important, and I think I wrote this already, to be proactive. So in this case, I told you guys, okay, let's have the call, and you were ready for the call, which is amazing. But also, like, if you need something, you have to be the one who has to put the effort. Like, I can always put the effort, I don't mind also. But I'm working, I'm traveling, I'm doing a lot of things. So maybe I don't get a lot of time. And I want to help. It's not I don't want to help. But if you keep on insisting and reminding me, I will have you in mind. I have another mentor I've been mentoring from last year. Literally, I didn't even at the beginning have time. But this guy, he kept on messaging me. He kept on, literally bothering me. But because he was so insistent, I wanted to help because I'm like, okay, this boy really wants this. So this is not even about me and you guys. It's about anything you do in life, even when you want to approach other people. It's not about bothering people, but it's about, asking people in a way that they're willing to help you. They say you have to make it easy for people to help you. So if you don't show interest, people think, oh, you don't care. So you always have to have this attitude of proactiveness, meaning that you're able to show that you care and that you want something. And the conclusion is that you always have to try your best. It might not work the first time, even when we maybe apply together and I help you guys, but eventually it will work. And the most important thing is the learning process you have during that time and never give up. So, yeah.
Okay,
Any more
get it.
questions? Yeah. Just throw more. If you don't have questions, I will have some ideas I want to share, but tell me more. Tell me more.
Me, I just want to ask
Um,
you,
Hmm. Go ahead.
you used to live in Barcelona?
So yeah, that's where I grew up. That's my home. So when I was 10, my family moved to Spain. So Barcelona is my city, but I've not been in Barcelona now for the past, like living for the past at least 1 year and a half because I've been moving around. So, but that's my home.
Because I'd really love to go to Barcelona.
It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city.
Actually, I think I'm obsessed with Barcelona because for my fourth year project, it was my case study. I don't know. I'll work towards that.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's a very beautiful city. Spain is beautiful, and we have good weather. It's not that cold in winter, so compared to other countries.
And football too.
Oh yeah, I know. I was gonna say that everyone is obsessed with football.
Yeah,
Mm,
so I've realized most of those conferences and internships call
mhm,
for someone to have given back to the community in several ways. But then in my country, it's very hard. Or is it that I'm the one who's not exposed to knowledge, but then places to volunteer, like institutions, it's very hard, or there are very gruesome procedures for you to be given an opportunity to volunteer or to do
mhm,
something. So
mhm.
how did you start yourself?
Okay.
How did you start?
Okay. So before I say how I started, I feel like it's not about, it is complicated, like, because maybe in your mind, you're thinking about the big organizations. So when you're starting, you always have to start small. I'm so sure there is a place in your community where they need someone maybe to help kids with their, I don't know, simple as homework, or they need someone to help the refugees, or they need someone to help whatever it is. I'm so sure in every community there is always help for something. So at the beginning, don't think about those big applications or those big organizations. Like literally, you can see in your community or your neighborhood, oh, this there is this maybe foundation or this somebody even not registered that is working to help kids or to give kids shoes or to give kids books and you're like, tell them, hey, I have every week I can give you 1 hour of my time to help you with this. And in that way, you're already contributing to your community. And at the end of the day, it's about how you write what you're doing. So what you're doing, it might not be something that, oh wow, you're helping millions of people. But even if you're helping 100 people, it's still something better than people who are doing nothing. So you can start so small, or say you're going to another village and help them, tell them about something, or even now that you know about scholarship, you can start giving people information. That's a way to help. So you have to find, what do you care about? Okay, I care about water sanitation. I care about education. I care about youth. I care about whatever it is. Find a little community thing that is doing that, or it might not even be online. It might just be, going to that place in person and saying, hey, maybe I can help you guys post online because I have a computer and maybe they don't have that. So maybe I can help you guys any little thing. So once you do that, that's already contributing to community. So it's true that these organizations or scholarship they ask for that, but also it could be MUN. It could be, oh, I have had international experience because I did an MUN. It could be in your country. So it's about finding a strategic way. At least we can have, maybe we can set goals for you girls. So for the next 3-4 months, I want to do this, so that when I apply for a specific scholarship, I can say that I have done this. You know what I mean? So that way, when you're applying, you're not saying, oh, I don't have what they're asking for. You can use an example of what you've already done to start applying. So it doesn't have to be a big organization. Okay, you want to maybe volunteer for the UN. You will not get that in the first time you want to do volunteering. But in your local community, you can start already. I'm sure there is. So
There are.
there are, I'm sure the same for Indonesia, because there's always a need for somebody to do something little, even if it's like going with the CEO or the founder of that organization and be like, I will help you to do something silly, but at least you're contributing. And then when you want to write that in your application, it's finding the strategic way. So you're like, okay, I've been contributing in the last 3 months, 2 hours of my time per week to help young people or to help kids in blah, 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 blah. So the ways you can find, and then you can find the objective, the reason why you're doing it, and then the how do you see that the result. But you can also find a way to write that smartly. So in my case, how did I start? Oh my god. It was mostly like at university. I've always been active, so I think that's my problem. I'm always energized. So I needed to put my energy into some things. And I started doing the MUN, and then also just helping around, not really my neighborhood, but like around the university. That was like more my immediate surrounding. And then from there, because of the international thing I did in New York, that helped me to find more opportunities. So it was just about looking for things or trying to find things and then just applying, or even literally calling the place and be like, hey, I'm interested in working for you. Like some things people don't really realize is the power of approaching people. You'll be so surprised by, I mean, in the same way you did to me, you write people, you might think they would ignore you, but you never know. If they ignore you, okay, no problem. The worst thing that can happen is a no. But if you approach people, you could get a yes. You never know. So it's about just, so for example, Faith, for this week, the challenge is to, I'm giving you a challenge. Look for around you what organization or elite community service is working on something you're interested in, and how can you contribute to that? And this week you're already working in an organization, even if it's just 1 hour of your time. And that's how you start. And those people, they know more, they know what's needed, and then you're already starting on a community level. So for this week, that should be on your task list. Approach an organization or whatever it is called that you can start volunteering in. Okay?
Yes, sure, sure, sure.
Okay, okay. So I cannot wait to send my motivation letter so you can correct.
Yeah, and also send me the link to the specific application so I know what it's about.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So in which corner we will discuss, WhatsApp group or by email or how?
Let me think about it. I think for sending, it's better to send to my email because WhatsApp I have to download on my phone. So on the WhatsApp group now, I will write you guys my email, my Ninja Inspiration email, and you can send it to me there. And I guess depending on what application it is, I can write the comments. But if you also need a call, I can then make a call with you or both of you, or if the other guy also wants to have a call. Depends on you guys. So how do I see this mentoring thing? It depends on your application. It depends on the deadline. So what I like is that if you have an application, especially if it's a scholarship, that's more complicated. If it's a conference or a seminar, that's really easy because we can apply even 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before. But a scholarship, I prefer us to apply at least 2 months
Like
before.
Yep.
because it requires more time, it requires more
Yep.
strategy, and it requires also you to get your documentations. You know that sometimes these organizations they ask for things like your passport, they ask for your English. I don't know if you guys know, they ask for the IELTS, the examination.
Yep.
Oh,
The
yes,
IELTS
yes.
or
Yeah,
TOEFL.
exactly. That's very important also. So you have to have in mind like you need time to complete all these procedures. So yeah, that's not a problem. And also, maybe what we can do is one day, for the next call, maybe we can look at the opportunities, the website I've told you about, and we can try to select what opportunities you guys would like to apply to, and then we can work on those. Because, for example, for Faith, this Mandela Washington Fellows, I really, to be sincere, it's very competitive, and not only that, it's very it's really focused on people. You see, you're 23, and they say that normally they accept people that are 25. You see,
25.
yeah.
Yeah.
So already, I'm so sure this is not the one you should apply for. Just my humble opinion. First, because of the experience, and second, because of the people that apply to these are people that are like working with me. For example, there is this girl who's already working with UNESCO, and these are the things she's applying for. So you see the level of experience they have already.
Experience.
Yeah, so you can find something that could be more tailored to you. So maybe finding how to find the right scholarship for you. That could be a topic for next week for our next call. So normally on Sundays work for me because it's the weekend. And I normally also have my ApplicAid calls on Sundays. So what we could do is I have to think about it and then write you on WhatsApp. We could maybe set I don't want to set a fixed date because of my things that I do. Sometimes I'm
No
flexible,
problem.
so we can
No
say, hey
problem.
guys, is this time okay for you? And we can decide and then see the call. But as I said, please be proactive and tell me, Pelumi, I've sent you the email. Please look at it and let me know. But about the motivation, Faith, if you say you don't know how to start, just start writing like your life. So not where you were born and what like your life story, but more like this is what I studied, this is what I want to do, this is why I want to do it, and then we can see how that can align with the purpose of the scholarship you want to apply to. Because sometimes what I used to do when I started applying was I used to state all everything I had done. And it's not about because that's why you have your CV. Here it's more about what you've done and what you want to do, and that will contribute to this organization. So that's the idea behind it. Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Thank you very much
No
for
worries.
your time, information, and knowledge,
No
and your
worries.
guideline.
No worries. I hope it's helpful. I don't really know, but hopefully it's good.
Um, it's very helpful, especially for me who doesn't know where to start. So expect to hear a lot from me. I hope I'll not be a bother, but
No,
I'll
it's okay.
surely,
It's okay.
surely.
Because this is the time to work on it. Because as you said, from October until December, they're accepting the applications, and you have to meet the deadlines. And so the master's program you want to, I guess you don't mind any country, but what is the master's you want to do specifically, or you would like to do, and what degree?
Um, anything in line of business
Okay,
or international development,
okay,
or if I don't find anything between those two, probably social sciences, because I have my bachelor's is in urban and regional planning, but it was a bit cumbersome. I don't think I want to do something as technical as that for my master's. I
okay.
just want to be a bit easy. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like Germany would be a good option for you. And oh yeah, so we'll do that in the next call. But just a generic information for scholarships, they normally come from either universities directly, they come from the government of the country you're going to, or from the foundations. Also, have a lot of school. Germany has really good foundations that give scholarship to international students. So you have to be, watching for that, and that's how you get the money to sponsor your masters. Okay.
And maybe just to ask about those English exams,
Mm-hmm.
um, which ones are the best to do? Because I don't know, or is it just advisable for someone to have all the certificates? Because I sometimes I see others ask for TOEFL, others ask for what
I
was it called, IELTS. Yeah, like universities
um,
in states ask for GRE. I don't know.
yeah, no, but there is a difference. Maybe Yayu can also tell you because she works as an English teacher. But for what I know, um, it's either TOEFL or IELTS. So normally they should be able to accept either. But
Either.
I know that in the UK, they're very annoying sometimes, and they normally ask for the one, the British Council, which is normally IELTS. TOEFL is the
Yep,
American version. But actually,
UK.
or the Cambridge, they also ask for the Cambridge. But I think
Yep.
if you have IELTS, it should not be a problem. The only thing with IELTS is that it expires after 2 years, while I think TOEFL, no, Cambridge is for the rest of your life. And
TOEFL is maybe 1 year, 1 or
yeah,
2 year.
so it's very bad because you spend more money. Like if you imagine
Money.
you don't get the scholarship and then you have to apply again. But the only thing you can also do is Cambridge, the only thing is that you have to select the level you want to apply for. And if you don't pass that level, you have to redo the exam. But with IELTS or TOEFL, it's a generic exam, and depending on your score, you will get a specific level. And normally the level they ask for is a B2. So the B2 is the level they ask for, and with this, you should be. I mean, you're from Kenya, like even you, Indonesia. People speak English, so that's not a problem. The only thing is that, unfortunately, they don't consider some African countries like English speaking. They don't even consider them. Only South Africans don't have to do exams. So unfortunately, you have to do the exam, and it's a bit costly to be sincere. That's one of the investments. So you have to also think that when you apply for scholarship, you're investing into your future, but there's some things you have to do. But there are ways to, not spend that much money. But with the exam, you have to pay. But then the application normally for the scholarship, you don't have to pay normally. And yeah, so that exam would be good. And about the GRE, especially because you want to study a business program, oh my God, especially for business, it's a bit complicated because you need experience, first of all. And then for business, I don't recommend the US because they're very competitive and they're very more difficult. So the GRE or the GMAT is like an exam that proves that you have the capacity to follow a master's program. It's not a language exam. It's more like a competencies exam where you analyze your skills in different, you know, um, subject, let's say. So that's different. But in the European universities, they don't ask for GRE or GMAT. That's only Americans.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
that is quite helpful.
Yeah.
Very, very,
Perfect.
very.
Yeah. No worries. If you guys have more questions, otherwise you can also write me. And for our next call, we can set a specific topic or tell me we would like to talk about this. Or it could be like reviewing the motivation letter. Maybe we can review the motivation letter in 2 weeks so that you have time to write. And maybe next week or the next call could be something more about how to find a scholarship that is suitable for you or whatever it is. You're so cute. Yeah, you with your you should learn that. You know that I was living in Taiwan, so I lived in Asia last year, and I remember in Asia everything was so funny with all the different signing and cultural differences, but I loved it. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'm here available for you, and hopefully by next year we can have new opportunities for you guys and your beginning in international opportunities. I really pray so.
Uh,
Okay.
Sounds
I think
good.
we can continue by WhatsApp and email.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I will write my email to you guys now in the WhatsApp group, and then you can see that. Okay, so perfect. The call is recorded. It's gonna go directly to the chat here, so you can download it and see again. I wanted to ask you guys, it's okay if I can share this in case other people, because of my page and
Yep.
YouTube,
Yep.
interested in
Yep.
scholarship, I can share it. So you guys are okay with that?
Of course.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Perfect. Okay. It was great, having our first chat, and we can continue more. Have a good weekend, and yeah, we're
Okay.
connected.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you so much.
Paula, and
No
you in
worries.
Kenya. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.